Atum, the first god, the birth of creation. Act 1. The void and the emergence of Atum. In the beginning there was nothing. No sky, no earth, no stars, no gods, no time, no space. There was only none, the infinite, boundless waters of chaos, swirling endlessly, stretching across the darkness in every direction. The waters of none were formless, timeless, and filled with endless potential. They were both the beginning and the end, the seed and the void. Within these waters, everything that would ever be existed, though not yet formed, not yet named. It was a state of perfect silence. In this profound silence, there arose a single thought, a single will. From the endless chaos, a being came into existence. He was Atum, the first god, self-created from the very waters of Nun. There was no parent, no creator. He simply willed himself to be. Atum's emergence from the waters was not the birth of a child, but the birth of a force that existed beyond time, beyond form, a force that would shape everything. As Atum rose from the endless waters, he stood alone. The void stretched endlessly around him, and yet there was no fear in him, only the certainty of purpose. He was the first, and he would be the one to bring order to chaos. He knew it was time to create, time to make something from nothing. But how could something so vast, so incomprehensible, be created from nothing? Atum, in his infinite wisdom, understood that creation must come in cycles. And so, he began his work, shaping the very first gods. Act 2. The birth of the first gods and the cosmic order. Atum, alone in the darkness, felt a deep need for companionship. Creation could not exist without balance, and so he knew he must bring forth beings to help shape the world. These first gods were born not from his body in the usual sense, but from his very essence. The first god he created was Shu, the god of air, the divine breath that would separate the sky from the earth. And from the moisture of Atum came Tefnut, the goddess of water, the lifeblood that would nourish the earth and allow life to thrive. Atum created them by a simple act. He spat. Or, in some versions, he sneezed. This act, so simple in its execution, created the forces that would divide chaos and bring forth structure to the universe. But the creation of Shu and Tefnut did not complete the work. Their existence had created balance, but they were not yet part of the grand plan. And so they were sent into the dark, chaotic waters to begin their own journey. But as they wandered the dark waters, they became lost. Their path obscured, their forms uncertain. Shu and Tefnut vanished from Atum's sight. Atum, in his divine wisdom, sent forth his eye, a powerful force that could see beyond time and space. The eye searched the chaos, seeking the lost gods. When Shu and Tefnut were found, Atum rejoiced. His joy was so great, it caused his tears to fall. And from these tears, the first human beings were born. It was not sorrow that caused Atum's tears, but joy, for he had created life in his image. Shu and Tefnut were reunited with Atum, and their union birthed two new gods, Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky. Together, Geb and Nut embraced, and the earth was formed beneath them, while the sky stretched high above. But their embrace was not to last. Atum saw that the world needed more separation, for the earth and sky could not exist as one. With a heavy heart, he called upon Shu to separate them. Shu, strong and unwavering, lifted Nut high into the heavens, while Geb remained on the earth. This was the first true division, the separation of earth and sky. And with this separation came balance. The world was no longer just chaos, but a place where life could thrive, where gods could reign, and where creation could continue. Act 3. Atum's role as the sun god and the cycle of creation. Atum, having shaped the earth, the sky, and the first gods, began to see the world take shape. But his work was far from over. He became the sun itself, the light that would give life to the earth. As the first god, Atum's role was not merely to create, but to maintain the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Atum, in his new form as the sun god, would rise each morning as Khepri, the scarab beetle, rolling the sun across the sky. And as the day wore on, Atum became Ra, the blazing sun that ruled the heavens and gave life to the earth. But as the sun set, Atum descended into the underworld, taking his place as Atum once more. This cycle of birth, death, and rebirth was essential. It was a cycle that must continue forever, an eternal rhythm that held the universe together. But this cycle was not without its struggles, for in the darkness of the underworld, Atum faced the greatest threat to creation. Apep, the great serpent of chaos. Apep, born from the same primordial waters as Atum, sought to undo everything the god had built. Each night, as Atum descended into the underworld, Apep would rise to challenge him, attempting to swallow the sun and plunge the world into eternal darkness. But Atum, with his mighty strength, would always defeat Apep. He would pass through the underworld, bringing light to the darkness, ensuring that creation would continue. Each victory over Apep was not just a triumph of the sun, but a victory for the cosmic order. Ma'at, the balance of the universe. Atum's role as the sun god was more than just about light. It was about the balance between life and death, creation and destruction, order and chaos. The sun's journey across the sky mirrored the journey of the gods themselves, forever cycling through moments of creation and destruction, only to be reborn again. Act 4. The creation of humanity and the legacy of Atum. Atum, having shaped the gods and the world, turned his gaze to humanity. He had created the gods to maintain balance, and now he would create the children of the earth, mankind. The creation of humans is a story told through Atum's tears. When Atum wept for joy, his tears fell upon the earth, and from them sprang the first human beings. They were not born of clay or dust, but from the very essence of Atum himself. These humans, who carried Atum's divine essence within them, were destined to worship the gods, to maintain the balance of Ma'at, and to carry forth the legacy of creation. They were a reflection of Atum, a reminder that creation is not just about gods and forces, but about life itself. Atum's legacy would stretch beyond his time. Though the world would change, though gods would come and go, Atum's name would endure. He would be honored in temples, revered in rituals, and remembered as the god who brought forth life from chaos. And it is said that at the end of time, when the world has run its course, Atum will return everything to the waters of Nun. The world, the gods, the sun, and humanity. Everything will return to the primordial chaos. But from that chaos, a new creation will arise, for Atum's cycle is eternal. The first god will become the last, and the wheel of creation will begin again. Conclusion. Atum was the first god, the creator of all things. From the waters of Nun, he brought forth the sun, the earth, the sky, and all the gods. His influence shaped the very rhythm of life, the balance of the cosmos. His legacy endured for millennia, passed down through the pharaohs and the people of Egypt. Atum's story is one of beginnings, but also of endings, of creation, but also of destruction. It is the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth that binds all things together. And as long as the sun rises and sets, as long as the cycle of creation continues, Atum's legacy will live on. Please like, subscribe, and comment what mythologies you'd like to learn about in the next video.